And I want to ask you more questions about the Vietnam War. I'm
Uh-huh.
curious more about maybe the experience of your parents, what you heard from them about the wartime, and
Mhm.
you you can answer this however you want, whatever you feel comfortable with sharing.
Yeah. So the war, I guess that after the North took over the South, a lot of people are panicking, and the wealthy are trying to flee the country, and the poor cannot leave the country because they have no means. We're like a middle class person, people, so we're always trying to look for ways to leave the country. But life is really hard. The local công an, they call it công an, that means the police. But the local công an or local officer always come to our house and harassing us, like, you have to do this certain thing certain way, and then every time we have to do something, we have to bribe them. That's what my mom and dad say. We bribe them, we buy our ways into everything. And so, and we sometimes have to be friend with them, make sure that we get along. But all along, we're thinking of a way to leave. That's how it was like. And I, like in the beginning, I told you, my grandpa, on my dad's dad, right? He was hung to death by the northern Vietnamese when they took over. So we really, they're not, were like, there's something, the local officer in Vietnam, the công an, always look into our family, watching us. And so that's why my brother, my father, brothers and sister, they all leave the country one way or another. That's why all of us are here. You see how big of a family my relative is. That's because they all escaped from Vietnam one way or another. I think my third uncle says that he rather die in the ocean than have been caught. If they get caught in the middle of the ocean trying to escape, he tell his family to jump into the ocean and die and not come back. Yeah, that's how that's how I think, we did not really like the life, after the war in Vietnam.
Were you aware of what was happening to your country, Vietnam, when you were a child?
Mm, no, I wasn't aware. 8 years old or 10 years old, you don't know what's going on. All I know is that I move around a lot. I move from one city to another, move from one household to another. We move a lot, and I don't know what's going on. We're kids. We don't think a lot about the war and how it affecting. I heard my cousin. I mean, I would sit there, the 2 years that I spent apart from my mom and dad. I live with my cousin all the time. Whenever we have the spare time, she would sit there and complain. She would cuss the công an, she would cuss the government. I would sit there and listen to her, and I did not understand what she's talking about, but she cuss every day. You know how life is before and after. She talks, and I just sit there and listen patiently. But I didn't know what she was saying up until I grow up and learn a little bit. Then I know, oh, that what she was talking about. But at that time, I have no idea why she's so mad. Yeah.
And to end off this segment, my final question to you is, what was the most memorable experience of your childhood in Vietnam?
Must be the time that that I travel on the boat with my mom and dad from country to country. So we would go from Saigon to Rạch Giá, and along the way, there's some things that we stop. Every place there's a market. We stop by, and the most memorable thing I remember was, we would park the boat there at that marketplace. Every day at 5 o'clock, they would kill a pig. 5 o'clock, they would slaughter the pig so that they can cut the meat of the pig up and then sell it to the people, the people. So every day at 5 o'clock, we witnessed the pig killing. It wasn't fun, but it's kind of interesting. We heard the screaming of the pigs, and then how it is, and then how people come and buy it, you know. It was kind of, you know, for a little kid, you know, that was exciting and fun, not, you know, not scary. Like scaring a little bit, but interesting.